Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rotoworld Football Show. I'm Patrick Daugherty, joined today by Denny Carter, Kyle Dvorchak, and the returning Patrick Kerrane, who is here to announce he's rejoining NBC, right, Pat?
Oh, no,
too
Pat,
soon?
I'm sorry. That was a miscommunication.
This is awkward.
Well, Pat, you are already scheduled to cover my blurb shift, so at least cover that one.
Yeah, you're going to blurb even more in the second go-around because we know how much you liked it the first time.
What are we going to do with these welcome back Kerrane balloons?
Yeah,
Dang.
he's not coming back.
I'll take them if you got them. Yeah.
He's not coming back. He literally has the name of his company behind his head. Legendary Upside. He's not back, but he is back for today. Where Mr. Best Ball himself, Mr. 2 Mil himself, he told us before the show we had to say that. He's here.
It made you sign a contract.
Yeah, is here to help us draft a best ball team on Underdog Fantasy, the BBM4, as it's known. Are there any even more inside baseball nicknames for it, Pat, than the BBM4? You just call it the 4. You don't just call it the 4 with your best ball sicko friends.
I don't. We don't just refer to it as the 4. You drafted 4 today?
Actually, don't, to be honest.
It is strange that it has so many syllables, yet we haven't come up with a nickname for it yet.
I know.
I mean, BBM4. I guess it is. That's more syllables than that.
It's a mouthful.
We call fast drafts, and we couldn't even spare the second syllable for drafts. They're fast. They're slows.
So the BBM4 is very inside baseball, but you know what's even more inside baseball?
Yeah.
Is Hall of Fame game DFS, which I couldn't help but notice you guys talking about when I entered the room. What are your
not me? I mean, this is
Kyle's brain.
This is beyond even me.
Which is, by the way, you probably will hear this after the Hall of Fame game, but tonight, 8 Eastern on NBC. Check it out. Canton, Ohio, where we will be in a few weeks. We'll be down on the field, actually, Denny and I and myself. But you guys have any extra sick preseason DFS thoughts you need to share before we get into the best ball arena?
Well, first of all, I do want to say Kerrane is out on this because he won't, quote, do negative EV contests. Right? And that's all I want. I want giving my negative EV all day. But yeah, I was picking Kyle's brain about, who's going to see the most rushing attempts for the Browns. Are we in on this rookie quarterback for the Browns from UCLA, Dorian something?
Thompson Robinson, DTR. I think it's Thompson Robinson.
Yes, and are we gonna get production from him? So yeah, we are gearing up, folks, for some DFS preseason style.
I mean, Pat, you'll love this. We literally will get a Chris Streveler appearance, a real life inexplicably gets reps in live games. Will be taking the field in Canton, Ohio, and arguably will look just as good as our team did whenever we took the field in Canton.
Well,
Ohio.
Wait a second now. Chris Streveler is better than Zach Wilson. I think we can say that definitively.
I don't know about that. By the way, did you know, Denny, we might not play this year. Lawrence is now, his commitment is shaky, not just mine.
What? Why? Because of my pick? Because of my
no. Because man.
This is breaking news because you guys are talking DFS. I've been grinding the prop market streets. And, it's Denny notes. I do like to get my money in good. That's why I was hammering the over on Denny Carter interceptions at the Hall of Fame game rematch there.
At the flag football tournament. Lawrence,
the flag football, yeah. But I don't know if I get my money back if you guys just don't take.
You don't. This is still like the black market, man. This isn't legal betting.
You weren't getting your money back either way.
No, you're not getting your money back, and we may have been rigging it the entire time.
Oh no,
Lawrence does not want to pop an Achilles. Is really kind of what it boils down to. And
look, you know what?
Frankly,
I understand that. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Kyle's got 24-year-old calves. He's fine. Denny, Lawrence, and I we're going back to the Middle West in a body bag.
I mean, look at my knees are still not great. I will say that. So I'm not
from last year.
Sure.
Yeah,
man. I still have to wear my knee brace. It's terrible.
Well, we're off to a very sidetrack start, which I think is very fitting. Pat, we miss you, by the way.
Yeah, miss you too, guys. It's a double pod week. We got 2 pods in this week.
It's just so much. It's just so much, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, we do miss you a lot. Sorry, was that a convincing fake cry or not?
It actually was. I started to get a little concerned.
I mean, you definitely took it to the limit, and I was wondering when you were going to ease up on the bid, but
and then you did.
The face is getting redder and redder and redder.
Yeah, your face is increasingly red.
Yeah, increasingly red. But I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna hit enter now on this. So in case I haven't explained it enough, we're doing a best ball draft live on the air for today's show. 4.
The 4.
Doing a 4.
4 fast.
I'll be the one drafting. They want to laugh at me, but we're going to try to build a successful team. Just use this as an opportunity to talk about ADPs, hot button ADPs, because we're getting news now. People are rising and falling. As Pat talked about on a show with us the other day, perhaps rising and falling like a little too quickly, people overreacting to information. So we're going to have some ADP discussions, that kind of thing. I'm hitting enter. And before I hit enter, I would be remiss if I did not tell you about the Rotoworld Draft Guide we've all worked so hard on. Not Pat. With the NFL season quickly approaching, now is the perfect time to get your Rotoworld Fantasy Football Draft Guide. Get ready for your draft and stay one step ahead of your league during the preseason with updated player rankings, profiles, projections, mock drafts, and more. Go to NBCSports.com/draft guide and use promo code DRAFT2023 to save 20% off at checkout. That is NBCSports.com/draft guide, promo code DRAFT2023 to save 20% off. We're waiting for 6 people. You said this would fill immediately. I don't have time to wait for 6 people.
What's going on here?
What the hell's going on? Every 4 I've been in fills in like 4 seconds. And I think I'm gonna hit leave draft.
No, don't hit
Show's
leave.
canceled, guys. Let's go.
I'm not hitting leave draft, but
It is actually like it is alarming sometimes when you log into a draft that has like 1 of 12 filled and it immediately like within 1 second filled and you're like, oh my god, like the whole country is just on this website right now.
Kerrane, is anyone other than Justin Jefferson going number 1? Like, are you seeing any off-board picks, any CMC, any Travis Kelce, or is it basically Justin Jefferson every single draft?
Not really. Pete Overzet relayed to me last night that he saw a draft where a guy had his username as Justin Fields and did not have the first pick, and the person with the first pick selected Justin Fields.
I love it. That's pretty old school
I
fantasy, to be honest.
It is so good. It is so good. I think the guy had the 102 too. So like any other pick, it's not like the 101 could just wrap.
It's pretty good. A pretty good bit, huh?
Kyle is going off into the ether, by the way.
Kyle's gone.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Kyle frozen to death. If you're listening, you can't really see it. But waiting for 2 people. We'll take Justin Jefferson if I get the first pick, I'm assuming. Kyle is back from Siberia.
Kerrane, can I ask, this is open for anybody, obviously. If you get Justin Jefferson with the first overall, do you feel compelled to then just create a Viking stack from there?
That's an argument against taking Jefferson at 1.
Well, because you can, but it does line up because you can get Jordan Addison very easily at the 6-7 turn, and then I'll push Kirk Cousins because he kind of falls in the middle, and it's weird. It's like, why does he fall in the middle? Because who's taking him? I guess the Hawkinson guy maybe, but I don't know. I always try to make sure I'm getting him past ADP, but if I can get the double stack past ADP, that's awesome. If I just end up with Jefferson and Addison and I have a different quarterback, I'm also totally fine with that. Like, I don't think to me, it's more like Cousins is coming along for the ride with those 2 guys as opposed to the opposite.
We have the 5th pick. When I say the number 5 overall pick in a best ball or redraft this summer, who's the first name that comes to mind? Like, who feels like the 5th pick this year?
Tyreek.
Yeah, but now Cup with this hamstring, I think might be our.
Is Cup off the board? Is he off our board right now?
I'm kind of freaked out.
I'm still willing to take him, but you could talk me into Kelce over him.
Jeff Chase off the board. We're going to be facing.
So you just like drafting on your own, and we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to be facing Cup's choice. Oh no, here it is.
Service the viewers, Pat. You
CMC.
have to service the viewers.
First off, that was
the co-host.
That was Adam's. That was actually Adam's duty. Adam. We're mad at you. Maybe I was supposed to hit it.
I think you were. Yeah.
Come on, Pat.
Adam just bailed you out. Is what happened.
We're so mad. See Cup. So all right, we're on the clock. Is it this Tyreek and forget? Does that mean we got to take Tua then though? I mean, really? Tyreek can forget.
Tua in the second round, Pat. You just got to take Tua right away.
Tyreek can forget. We're not no Diggs, no AJB, no CD.
No.
Tyreek can forget.
So and then I guess I have a similar question about when you get Tyreek with the 4th, 5th, 6th pick, whatever. Do you then, because the Miami offense is so concentrated and so predictable, I feel compelled very much to make sure I get to it and make sure I get Waddle, actually. So is that a viable strategy, or am I just overthinking this? Should I just get Waddle and forget Tua? What am I doing?
I don't think you're overthinking it, but just so you know where my brain goes, I'm already thinking about Mark Andrews in the 3rd round.
Right.
That's where I'm, because I'm already thinking about game stacking that
Oh, my Lord.
Dolphins Ravens game in
Yeah,
week 17.
sure.
Because the way this tournament works is you got to finish first. It's 441 people this year in the week 17 final. You got to finish first of 441 teams. And it's helpful to be, right on a couple of these games where there's going to be a bunch of points. And the Dolphins Ravens seems like one of those ones that could be really fun. It was a really fun game last year. 2 good offenses. So I'm thinking about stacking that game up. Waddle is definitely interesting if he falls, but I'm not devastated if I don't get him, because you could just play it through. Tyreek has that monster game. Tyreek puts up, 35 points or 40 points, and you had to have Tyreek. And maybe Waddle, you don't even end up using his score in week 17 if Tyreek puts up that kind of game.
The Dolphins are playing the Ravens in week 17. Who are they playing in week 1, which is in 4 weeks?
Couldn't tell you.
Does
No one
any of you know?
No,
Oh, the Chargers.
Wow, okay, good.
That's
You're
fun.
right. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That
Yeah,
sounds like
because-
that's in prime time for sure. That might be on NBC.
No, it's on the
it's
main
on the
slate
main-
of DFS. Yeah,
It's on the
that's why I
main
know.
slate, and
Wow.
everybody's going to stack it. Congratulations to the chalk eaters, by the way.
Yeah, the
on-
fish
on
are
that
already
one.
getting there. Fish
I've built exactly one DFS lineup, and I'm like 99% sure the only question was, do I stack Herbert or Tua?
Right.
I'm not sure if any of you 3 have said one thing that a standard redraft player will understand.
You're right.
You're talking about
God,
week
you're
17 stacks. You're talking about chalk eating.
Preseason DFS, week 1 DFS.
Okay,
a lot
here's
of our
one.
audience, they
Here's one.
have families.
Look,
They play
listen.
redraft.
I like Tua a lot this year in redraft. I do. Okay. I find myself when I can't go in on the elite guys, I do end up with him or Daniel Jones, which they go. I think they go in similar spots in redraft. So
We're 1 pick away. Sorry, Denny. Saquon, Chris Olave, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Smith, Derrick Henry, T. Higgins, Jalen Hurts, Ramondre Stevenson, DK Metcalf. What are we thinking?
I know you're going to go with Saquon, so there's no.
I'm
point.
not. No.
Yes, let's go. For me, it's Olave Pollard. It's the young guys, incredible at their
Pollard
position.
just went. Should we do Olave? I mean,
I like Olave.
what
I like Olave a lot.
We're getting in on Derek Carr then?
Yes.
What?
Olave was great with Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
What about JT? What about JT?
Absolutely.
No. JT might come around in the third.
Michael Thomas is back, man.
People
Michael
are
Thomas has
spooked,
been
man.
getting camp hype. Can we really? I love Olave. We're just
Yeah,
got
stop
Olave.
trying to talk about like Michael Thomas like he's going to be back. He's not going to be back.
Michael Thomas will never be back.
No, he won't.
Michael
So?
Thomas will quote, "Never live a normal life again."
Michael
Denny, I'd like
Thomas
to-
keeps saying things like, "I'm a week away from being on schedule." It's like,
Yeah, I
what are you
know.
talking about? 3-year-old injury you're dealing with.
What are you talking about? One of a Saints reporter just snapped, like, "What are you talking about? Come on, man!
You
I've
hurt
been-
your ankle 3 years ago. The
been an
pandemic
honest
was
dealer for 3
raging
years,
at the
man. Just tell
time.
me the truth one time, man." I'm like, all right, calm down.
We got to get you down in New Orleans, man.
So we've started receiver. We started Tyreek Hill. We started Chris Olave. Tyreek Hill, wide receiver 1 overall upside. Chris Olave could easily be top 12. But is it what's the plan for the 3rd pick now? Because we're up in 3 picks. Ramondre Stevenson's still there. Josh Jacobs, we buy the Josh Jacobs dip. I'm assuming the answer is no. DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley.
Since the minute we took Tyreek, I told you.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
start him.
It's not like we're bending over backwards to do something dumb, too. Like Mark Andrews is pretty easily the second best, probably real life and fantasy tight end.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he's
is
way
there any
cheaper.
concerns? Can they really up the passing game volume enough for him to offset what's going to be a loss of target share with greatly enhanced receiver competition?
That's a good.
I think
Oh,
pretty
Mark
good.
Andrews is gone, by the way. So we have 20
no.
seconds to do a new pick.
Waddle.
Really good.
Waddle?
Probably
Gone
good.
by
Waddle's
10
long gone.
picks.
God.
I'd go DK here or Josh Jacobs. I'm fine with either of those.
Yeah, I'd go Jacobs, but
All right, let's
Yeah.
do Jacobs, actually. I love that. I mean, we're getting last year's yards from scrimmage leader, known as Josh McDaniels' only good idea in the 3rd round. Sure, he doesn't currently, quote, have a contract. Isn't currently, quote, on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Who
But
amongst us is, though? I mean, I'm not.
He will be.
I'm
so-
hoping.
We got Josh Jacobs as Pat Kerrane tries to figure out why
I'm so out of focus. I've been
looks
completely
like
out of focus
Kirby.
the whole time.
You look like Kirby.
So real quick on
I'm
Andrews
just
and
trying
the
to fight
Baltimore.
aging, so I'm just a little out of focus.
Sorry, what were you saying, Denny?
On Andrews and the Baltimore offense, this idea that like in redraft we should be taking Isaiah Likely is insane to me. I don't understand. I'm not going to draft a handcuff tight end. I'm sorry, that's not happening. I mean, we're not doing that. Like he's only valuable if Mark Andrews goes down.
You know, the term roster clogger comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a dude I'm taking in like high stakes FFPC drafts, and week 6 I'm like, I cannot keep holding this guy.
Yes.
What am I doing with my life?
So I do get like if you're in like a 14 teamer with a deep bench, yeah, go ahead and get Likely near the end of the draft. That's fine. I will allow it for now. But you know, in a normie 12-team league, you're taking Likely as like, oh, just in case Andrews goes down. No, it's not. That's a terrible process.
Because if Andrews goes down, it's just going to be more volume for the receivers, probably. I mean, Isaiah Likely, the problem is he is good at ball. He is good.
He good at ball.
Yeah.
He good at ball.
He's good at ball. Does that not mean anything to you, Denny?
I don't know ball.
That's true. So never mind.
I will never know ball.
Denny will quote, never know ball. What are we thinking? So far, we started with Tyreek Hill, Chris Olave. Rather shocked you allowed me to take Josh Jacobs, but there we are. We have 2 receivers, 1 running back. I'm assuming 9 picks to our next running back, probably, right?
That checks out, yeah.
Kerrane, who's not.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Kerrane newly in focus.
Look at this. Look at this nice focus I found here.
How many picks away are we? We're 7 picks away. Jerry Jeudy probably won't fall to us. What do we think? Jerry Jeudy, Christian Watson, Drake London, no way. Terry McLaurin,
Drake London, no way. Yes, way.
No,
Drake
I mean,
London.
I like a lot of Drake London.
I don't know, man. That's one where I'm willing to overreact to camp reports. The camp reports being like the Falcons literally erected a barn and are trying to have Desmond Ridder throw at it, and he's not hitting the broadside.
That's true. They put a net just alongside an entire side of a barn. And he hasn't hit it yet.
I actually think it's kind of safe to draft if you're desperate to draft a Falcons quarterback, just draft Heineke at this point. He's gonna be starting.
No,
he's probably making some starts.
He's probably making some starts.
The concerning part of it, right? Because you're trying to interpret like how seriously should I take this? It is concerning to me because we're seeing these Ridder throws on Drake London hype. Like Drake London's burning the dude, and then the ball is like completely thrown behind. He has no shot at it, and they're not showing who the quarterback was. Like they're like, trying to keep it under wraps.
Oh.
Like there's some real concern, I think.
Look, yes, this is bad. I'm not going to frame this as a good thing, but like, what did you expect? Like, this shouldn't change his ADP. No. You should have already been out on him. You got to see Ridder play last year. He wasn't good. What did you think he was going to magically turn things around?
The play is a 35% target share, and yeah.
Well,
And a dude who's good at ball. Draft the dudes who good at ball. Try that.
Yeah.
The Falcons were claiming they're going to significantly up the passing game volume. That comes straight from Arthur Smith himself, but maybe he's rethinking that after.
I wouldn't blame him.
Literally not hitting a barn. It's pretty unorthodox. Or 1 pick away.
Pretty unorthodox to just not be able to
throw.
Well,
okay, but wait a second.
We're on the clock, Denny. Tyreek Hill,
Dang it.
Chris Olave, Josh Jacobs, Terry McLaurin, Nuke, DJ Moore? Question mark.
We could. So one move that you can do here is you can go DJ Moore and hope to get Justin Fields on the bring back.
I like that.
You could also go McLaurin.
Let's vote McLaurin or DJ Moore. I guess I vote DJ
Moore.
We got him.
4 for 4. DJ Moore. That's
and you got to get Fields here.
We do got to get Fields, so we're gonna go Star Fields. He's gonna go. Probably people in the draft room listening to the podcast.
Okay.
They said they're gonna take Fields, so just do it now.
Real quick on London. So London was fun for fantasy when Kyle Pitts was out. Now, unless I've missed something, I think Kyle Pitts is going to be back for week 1 here. So what are we doing?
Well, he's not good at ball, Kyle Pitts. So who cares?
I mean, they're probably both really good, but not in this offense. I can't spend.
Do you think London comes, or do you think Kyle Pitts comes back though and is taking away from the target share? Like it's not like London was at like an 80% target share.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? He's going to get his 30% no matter if Pitts is out there or not.
Like he's taking it away from the nobodies you don't remember were on the roster last year. That's
Matt
where
Collins
it comes from.
is a problem if
Matt Collins is a problem if what?
I'm saying Matt Collins isn't getting targets when Pitts gets out there.
Okay.
There's only so many times you can target Drake London, and he I think is at the max regardless of whether or not
I
Pitts.
think I heard Denny have an aneurysm when he thought you were going to make a case for Matt Collins.
I was actually like getting sweaty for a second.
I think this is like for this team, it's the lower volume but a lot cheaper version of the Tyreek Hill Waddle of like the Higgins Chase, where you're like,
oh my God, Fields just went and we're on the clock. What do we do?
It was a bit of a half court shot from the 5 hole, but we had to try.
Yeah,
I like Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah, take Brandon Aiyuk.
I like that.
I don't take guys who just had their career year.
Oh, interesting.
He just had his career year. There's zero doubt in my mind. Zero.
You ever read a site called Rotoworld.com, Pat? He's doing
wait, no.
Can't wait to draft Brock Purdy's number 2 receiver.
Oh, no.
If I'm looking at our roster correctly, we're coming off of Josh Jacobs' career year, Tyreek Hill career year, Chris Olave technically a career year.
Hold on. Now you see the difference there. We have technical difficulties.
But listen, if you take away Brandon Ayuk's good plays from last year, he really was not that good.
That's true.
If you think about it. So
Brandon Aiyuk, man, that was a career year for Brandon Aiyuk. That's all I'm going to say.
Take away his big plays and you got nothing.
Yeah, I absolutely love when my receivers are competing for targets with 3 All-Pros. I just love it. That's the way to do it.
I mean, is George Kittle part of the rotation?
That's how you do it.
Don't sidetrack us with this George Kittle slander. I'm not.
There's actually 4 All-Pros. I forgot Kyle, a little guy. Maybe you heard of Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh no,
sorry.
He's pretty good fullback, isn't he?
We've got Tyreek Hill. We've got Chris Olave. We've got DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, and Brandon Aiyuk. We've got 4 receivers. Admittedly, 4. The good news is Brandon Aiyuk is # better in best ball too. He's a lot better. I'm actually much happier to have Brandon Aiyuk in best ball than I would in a standard redraft where, great, 3 catches, 50 yards. Cool.
I do think that's an argument that like generally I'm not buying for, but for 49ers, I would say that probably is true that like
definitely true for 49ers.
Whoever gets the 9 targets that game, because like targets will not like they could end the year with all 22% target shares, but it will ebb and flow throughout the season. Whoever gets the 29% target share in that game, they're going to have obviously a lot of volume. And they're going to be really efficient because they're all talented and they all play on an offense that maximizes the skill set and production of the players. So I'm gonna allow this one to slide. I think better in best ball is generally a thing we just like throw out for a guy.
It is a crux usually.
It's a crux. I think you're right though on this one. I think you're almost certainly right.
By the way, when I draft people coming off career years, they have to be running backs who are currently unsigned.
Yeah, right. And who have said that I am not playing under any circumstances.
Well, the one exception to that rule you'll make is wide receivers who slapped a marina worker.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Man, why did he do that? Why did he do a lot of things?
A lot of things. So okay, in this range, I see J.K. Dobbins. He's completely off the board right now, right?
No.
I take him.
Yeah, he's right there, Denny. He's right there.
I just started him, actually. Thank you for reminding me.
What are we doing?
His holdout is, I don't care at all about his thing.
I don't really care at all. I'm talking about his knee situation. It's not
knee's fine. That's manufactured. Yeah, that's
he's
actually,
going. Oh, my knee hurts so bad. You better pay me money to make my knee.
Yeah, that really is what he's doing. I think.
No way, guys.
And honestly, I think probably the franchise was willing to lend him a bone on that. Like, yeah, we don't want you to lose like whatever his like weekly, $50,000 it is for not showing up to camp. Like, yeah, we'll put you on PUP so you can like sit out and talk it out with us.
He's talking to Harbaugh regularly. One of the beats said he like hugged the general manager or something when they came down. Like he seems like he's like, seems like the most like cordial holdout of all time.
You're hugging the general manager. That means you're about to get traded to the Dodgers, actually. But
that will be pretty tough.
Do we need a quarterback? What do we need? I'm really scared. How do I get?
I mean, this is a pretty amazing value on Tyler Lockett if we want to get to 5 receivers. Then we're done at receiver for a long time.
Yeah,
I'm putting him there as the default. So we want Lockett over Dobbins.
Yes,
I do.
Dobbins might come back around.
Why can't I see the quarterbacks?
Because there weren't any close.
Down.
There's no one.
I know, but I kept clicking.
Stop clicking.
I'm clicking. Tua. What about Tua? We got to stack.
Too early for Tua.
Oh my God, we got to stack.
I'm not
91.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Pat, the thing with the letters A, D, and P means average draft position, and that's like typically where the player goes. So we're thinking we should take our players about where they go.
ADP is 91. Good God.
Yeah.
We got Dobbins in there still.
Are you guys? If you end up with Anthony Richardson and these things, who are you stacking them with? I mean, Pittman is the obvious answer, but I like Pierce myself.
I do a lot of Pierce, yeah, and I do Josh Downs because he's free.
I was gonna say I'm getting in on Josh Downs. Like I don't think he's getting all the reps with the ones, but he is getting a decent amount of reps with the ones. And his competition for that role is probably just Isaiah McKenzie, right? Like I don't think that's a massive barrier. And Downs can play special teams, so he could even beat out McKenzie in that aspect too.
Is there any redraft case to draft Alec Pierce? Like any whatsoever?
A deeper league.
How deep is your redraft?
12 teams, 16.
Yeah, no, 14. I think you could definitely take a guy like Alec Pierce.
There's a 0.0% chance Alec Pierce is the number one receiver, right?
Yeah, probably not 0.0. I mean, it's probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 10.
I mean, he's not going to be the target leader, but if you could like look at a metric like Whopper that factors in air yards, then he could be the number one and something like that.
It does seem like someone who can make like an end around on being the number one receiver. I sort of feel like.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount that. Yeah.
Well, Denny hates Michael Pittman personally.
I do.
We're 4 picks away. J.K. Dobbins still in the queue, still at the top.
He goes in the 7th round regularly on underdog, so I don't normally see him fall to the 7th here, but I figured there was a chance.
Wouldn't Dotson be a nice week 17 thing with Aiyuk?
I actually hate to say this, but I think we're
Kyle.
How do you feel about the week 17 the Washington Aiyuk correlation? How do you feel about that? What's that vibe like?
Sam Howell have been on IR for about 5 weeks at that point. Can't remember who the backup is.
This is Jacoby Brissett, the good quarterback on that.
Literally, absolutely no idea who will be the quarterback for the 49ers then. Probably someone like not even in the league right now. Probably Matt Ryan or something.
I'd say Nick Mullins.
Do you think Matt Ryan, what are the odds Matt Ryan starts games for the Falcons this year? I'd say 12.5%.
What?
I'm dead serious. By the way, it won't be Taylor Heineke.
He's on a roster? He's not.
No, he's not. He's not. That's what I mean. Okay.
All right, we're up.
Dobbins gone. Dotson, the only guy we have in the queue right now.
Structurally,
Rashaad White.
Yeah, taking a running back makes the most sense for a structure.
I like White.
Is it White ahead of David Montgomery and Swift and Connor though?
Yeah.
The only one I would field an argument against would be Swift if you really liked him, but I'm indifferent.
Yeah, Swift, talking about a guy who might not be on the roster in like week 11.
A lot of guys not being on a lot of rosters on this show.
Well, we took Rashaad White, so I don't know. No one seems very happy about
this. This is redemption for the stream we did last where I took.
That's right. That's right.
I like Rashaad White to be a PPR scam, Pat.
He's gonna be an everything scam. He's gonna be a PPR and standard scam. I don't think people play standard anymore.
It's gonna be a fantasy scam when Keyshawn Vaughn starts over in week 17.
Rashaad White is backing a Ford F-250 into an ATM right now, and $100 bills are just shooting into the air.
I'm down to get in on that. That sounds pretty good.
It's actually 20s in an ATM, not hundreds, but yeah, they are shooting everywhere on the sidewalk, and that's what we just got with Rashaad White.
No, that's what you get with Rashaad White. He's the kind of guy that finds the ATM with hundreds. Yeah.
It's true. We've made 7 picks. 5 of them are wide receivers. 2 of them are running backs. Tyreek Hill, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, Brandon Aiyuk, Tyler Lockett, Josh Jacobs, Rashaad White. I mean, with Tyler Lockett, it is tough because JSN's taking up all the receiver oxygen in Seahawks camp, but I just don't see how JSN's target share is higher than Tyler Lockett or even DK Metcalf. And just seems like a guy who's really good, who just does not have the avenue unless there's an injury. Or am I incorrect on that?
You're saying JSN's the guy?
Yeah, I don't think JSN has a path to have a higher target share than either Lockett or DK Metcalf this year. And that he's going to be a really good player, but it's just not his year. And we're excited because we know he's going to be a really good player, but it's just not feasible. But am I wrong about that?
I think he definitely has a path.
Is Geno Smith supporting 3 top 36 receivers? Like, I don't know, man.
This is a weekly game, so it's not that maybe over the course of the season, JSN's target share is the tick lower, but like he has a path to a stretch of 5 weeks where he has the highest target share of all of them. And that if that stretch occurs, it's most likely to occur at the end of the season. So which makes him a pretty appealing pick.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm assuming he's been gone for like 7 rounds, right?
He went well before Lockett.
Do we need to take Tua yet?
Tua
We're on
would be
pick.
the guy.
Oh yeah, we're on pick 88. Tua,
Yeah.
ADP of 91. He will undoubtedly go 1 pick right before. Actually, all 3 teams have a quarterback, so
Doesn't matter. They're still taking him.
No, they probably are.
No, we'll get him. We'll get him.
they're taking him for sure. Egg Jockey is going to take him. Now he took DeAndre Swift. Master Killer 805 took James Cook. Oh my god.
Oh, this guy's name is Tua. We're in
All right,
trouble.
Rashad Bateman. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa just took Tua. No, we're on the clock. We're taking Tua.
I think that's good.
I would rather not play fantasy than draft James Cook, by the way.
Good grief.
I'm in on James Cook.
Why
I
don't you
love
like
James
James Cook?
Because the Bills, they do this thing where they want a pass catching back. They never commit to the pass catching back. They try not to feature the early down back. The offense is dysfunctional for 6 games. They're like, whatever, just give 15 carries to the early down back. They do that, and the whole offense is better.
But
they love the idea of a passing down back in theory, but it doesn't matter in their offense.
But he's really good. No,
Yeah,
Devin Singletary was terrible as
he was so
catcher.
terrible that they just remained addicted to giving him snaps.
I know. No, and I get that. But listen, in the last 4 games of the 2021 season, Singletary sort of took over that backfield.
As he did literally every year. Like every year, they're like, whatever.
He led the league. He led the league in running back pass routes over that 4-game stretch. He only saw 11 targets because he's not good at that part of the game.
Yeah, just like 6 yards per catch. He's
James Cook is good at that part of the game.
Denny, you're dangerously close to making your running backs mattering and their talent mattering argument. Let's pump the brakes here.
I'm in on and I wasn't in on James Cook because I thought he would be pushed, but he's not because the 2 guys chasing him are washed. Damian Harris and
we're about to be up here. What are we doing?
Latavius Murray.
Harris, he might be washed.
He's washed. Come on.
Who's the other guy? Latavius Murray. Oh my God, Latavius Murray's easily leading that team in carries. My God,
dang it.
I think a running back here makes sense.
Dalvin Cook, honestly, or can we not take a guy who's not on a team?
Dalvin Cook. You talk about washed. I mean,
he's washed, but it doesn't matter. Okay, we got 24 seconds. Gibby,
I think a lot of Penny in this spot or AJ Dillon.
Penny or Dillon for me too. That's who I'm going with.
Dear God, man.
Pat, you've been really religious on this show. It's interesting.
Penny, man, we're taking Dillon. Penny is playing 3 games. Kenneth Gainwell is probably already.
You just know you're vetoing 3 people here. Well,
they probably already told Kenny Gainwell like the first day. Came like, listen, man,
AJ Dillon, man, come on.
Like Kenny, just ignore whatever's in the paper, whatever. Like you're the guy. Like we'll let people hype up DeAndre Swift and Rashaad Penny because we're nihilistic. But
we're still drafting AJ Dillon because his thighs are big. That's why we're drafting AJ Dillon.
No, he's the red zone.
Unlike Rashaad Penny, AJ Dillon plays football.
That's a strong argument.
I'd say AJ Dillon
is.
It's
AJ
not
Dillon's
a strong argument. It's not because AJ Dillon at his best is giving you 4 points a game.
Oh, yeah, he's not good. He's not good.
Rashaad Penny will win you weeks.
He'll win you weeks.
Will he?
Now he'll only play 3 of them, but he'll win you those 3.
That's right.
I bet AJ Dillon has 2 times as many career touchdowns as Rashaad Penny and like half the career length.
I don't even know. I can't even process what you're saying.
Let's pull it up.
Pull that up. Let's pull that up, folks.
Mr. Adam,
he has half as many touchdowns on 4 times as many games.
AJ Dillon has 14 career rushing touchdowns and another 2 through the air. So that's 16 touchdowns.
I gotta be honest. I kind of thought it'd be more.
He's got more. If Penny's
what
got
did you say? He's going to have twice as many?
I was going to say twice as many, but Penny's got 4. He does have more. He does have more. Penny's only got 14.
Penny has, let's see,
14.
5, 11, 13, 14. So he has 2 less total touchdowns over his career than Dillon does. He has 14 to Dillon's 16.
Dillon actually has played more games. He's been in the league 2 fewer seasons, but he's played more.
Yeah, I mean, I get the knock against Penny is that he's never healthy, but you know, he's going to go.
Not kidding. I know. I've been being dramatic on the podcast recently. There is a non-0% chance. I would say between 25 and 30% chance one of Penny or DeAndre Swift doesn't even make the roster for the Eagles. Penny's strongly in the lead there.
Pat.
Yeah, I think Penny would be in the lead there. I don't think it is. I wouldn't put it at 20 to 25.
What are you gonna say, Crane? You sound like you're about to bury me with facts.
I think I was about to bury. Yeah. In let's see, how many games is this? 5 games here, and then another 5 games. So in his last 10 games, Rashaad Penny has gone over 100, at least 135 yards.
No, I know. He's amazing. That's the thing.
Those games. In half of his last 10 games, he's at over 135 rushing yards. He scored.
He's Adrian Peterson when he's healthy. He's really like an Adrian Peterson clone when he's healthy.
And you don't like that though, Pat. You're saying that's bad.
So trying to dial back to like being like he's got another truly catastrophic lower body injury on his resume now. For one, it's a cannibalized backfield always. They do still love committees. It's just another really, really serious lower body injury from a team that doesn't have like major investment in him. Like the Seahawks were invested in making Rashaad Penny work till the bitter end. That's not going to be the case in Philadelphia. He does fit the offense perfectly on paper, but I just don't see it working.
So Adrian Peterson in an offense fits perfectly with probably the best offensive line in the NFL and probably the best scoring unit, one of the best 3 to 4 scoring units. And again, we do not want this guy.
Where the quarterback scores all the time. Where the quarterback does score all the touchdowns, I'll say. We're back on the clock, by the way.
I'm in for Ryan Robinson here.
Why the hell did we take AJ Dillon?
Okay.
My God.
I don't know. No one wanted him.
Well, you told me to put him in the queue.
I said his name, but I think they forgot about Penny.
Okay, who are we taking? Oh my God, are we taking Brian Robinson?
Brian Robinson's fine.
Yeah. No P Ryan.
People
no
forget.
P Ryan. Oh, what about Damian Harris?
No, I'm not taking P Ryan. Don't.
P Ryan, I think, serves a purpose. Like he helps you get off to a fast start. But we've got Jacobs, Rashaad White, Dillon won't do anything at any point in the year. But,
P Ryan feels like a worse and best ball pick to me. Like you kind of want his 13 carries for 39 yards and 1 touchdown and redraft for like each of the first 6 weeks.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
it doesn't move the needle in best ball though.
Can I just derail us for a second here?
Well, we've been on the rails the whole time, so I don't know why you.
I don't know why you would imply we haven't been on the rails.
I don't mean derail. Like I want to talk about football as always.
No,
but CJ Stroud is a guy.
Going?
He's a guy in the league. All right, now
objection relevance.
I kind of think that he could be like the late round, like Konami code guy this year. Like
I don't think he's Konamiing. He never Konami'd in college. He did.
Wait a second, though. Wait a second. Wait.
No, they're claiming he can run more than he did in college.
Yes. No. Listen. Justin Fields didn't Konami either. He had 30 rushing attempts in his final season at Ohio State. I think the structure of the Ohio State offense meant that these guys are not running. Like they're just not. And Stroud was a really effective runner when he did run, like we saw in the national title game last year.
So the thing I would push back on that because Fields was more like he was like Mahomesian. Like he would run some, and then he became a true dual threat. And Stroud was not Mahomesian. He was a pocket passer, and so you're kind of hoping he gets to runs around a little bit and does some stuff. But I don't think there's really any chance he's like doing like what Fields was doing, even from an attempt perspective.
Yeah,
not even
without taking into account. Yeah, without taking into account the sack yardage, because these stupid NCAA stats include sack yardage. Stroud rushed for 136 career yards. Justin Fields rushed for 13 or rushed for 1,100. They're like
we are on the clock.
Magnitude different.
We do not have a tight end. We have 1 quarterback. We have 3 running backs. Somehow, no 4. Excuse me, 5 receivers. What do we do? I'm scared.
I don't know.
We could grab a running back and be done, or we could grab it's 6 receiver makes sense.
We're gonna time out into Elijah Mitchell. What do we do?
Don't take Eli Mitchell.
Take Jalen Warren sometimes. And just
take Warren here.
Jalen Warren. Oh my God. How do I search? Oh my
God.
Down. Just go down. He's literally the bottom guy.
Draft.
Wow.
We got
How did you get, dude? You made so many mistakes.
I know.
And still got him.
I was doing everything humanly possible to time out into Elijah Mitchell.
All right. Real quick on Stroud. I'm not giving up.
Back to Stroud.
No, we're back to CJ Stroud.
Less about this team. He just wants us to buy into Stroud argument.
Listen. So Justin Fields is considered this uber athlete. He ran a 4.52 at the combine. Okay. CJ Stroud ran a 4.66. So are we really saying that that's like in another galaxy compared to Fields? I think he has a lot of athleticism. I think he could end up being like top 5 and top 4 in quarterback rushing this year.
But this is a Shanahan system where they tried out the rushing quarterback thing, and then they were immediately like, oh God, no.
They had like the biggest existential crisis in the history of the NFL.
That's true. I hadn't really considered that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if this was like specifically schemed for him to be a rusher,
Right,
say
right.
like
Yeah,
Shane
do
Steichen
it.
got a hold of him, like he has the athleticism to do it. I totally don't have any pushback on that.
Well, even honestly, even if he struggles for 2.5 years and a day ball comes in and is like, the only way we're going to salvage this guy is if we turn him into like Daniel Jones, where we actually just make him like, you don't want to be a dual threat, but you're going to be now because otherwise you're not going to be in the league.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
how I
see
kinda
like
see him.
I think something like a player's sort of desire to scramble and run, or their usage, the way they're like specifically designed
Yeah.
stuff, is probably relatively endemic to who they are. It can ebb and flow, and with coaching, I think that can change. But this isn't the coaching that has any, I don't think, desire to change that.
Yeah, and you guys are right about that Shanahan.
Well,
Those
hold
Shanahan
on,
disciples.
Denny, before we actually did leave out that one of the most famous dual threat seasons in NFL history occurred in the Shanahan system with RG3.
RG3, yeah.
I mean, he's maybe the fastest quarterback to ever play football. I think he's the fastest quarterback ever at the combine.
But then it ended in disaster. Everyone got fired, and they seemed a little scarred by that.
Yeah, they
But-
scarred by that.
Oh yeah, you're right. They don't play that game anymore. Yeah, the Shanahan people. They
we're
want to
back-
make the quarterback as boring as possible.
We're back on the clock, or not yet. We have five running backs, 5 receivers, 1 quarterback, no tight ends. What do we do?
I'm still in for, I'm probably fine with another receiver here and just go 3 late tight ends, because like the difference between Tyler Higbee and Michael Mayer or Hayden Hurst is nothing. Don't give me the tight ends right now.
Do we do Pierce, Michael Gallup, Thielen, Osborne, MVS, Pierce, Shark, Mims, Shaheed?
Is Dulcich available?
I don't think so.
We'll find out.
Queue up a receiver
No.
real quick.
Dulcich,
We could try to
He's
do
gone.
like this little we
Which
could do
receiver,
like a Russ thing
Kyle?
and try to get Mims. if we
Pierce.
wanna get
We'll be
some
embarrassed
movement.
if it's Pierce
Take Pierce. That's fine. I like Pierce.
because
He's
it's looking like it's going to be Pierce. Or do we want MVS? Nah, it's too late.
Not a big deal to me.
I was trying to get us on Russ.
But Dulcich, I don't think there's. I mean, it would have had to have been Mims Russ, right?
Where'd he
Like,
go?
That would have been sick. Russ would have been kind of sick, to be honest. He's having a bounce back. I hate to say it.
Yeah,
but
he is.
Pretty
Uh,
obvious.
By the way, I'm just saying that Elijah Mitchell is already hurt. I have to be completely out on that guy.
Yeah, I was trying
forgot,
to communicate that it's like an abductor issue, 7 to 10 days is what I think Stefania Bell was tweeting about. But like, I'd love
And they've amputated his arm.
Yeah.
But he's still
Because,
questionable. for
Mason
week.
is doing well in camp. You guys talked about this with the
Is
beat
Rob
report the other day.
Guerrera said Jordan Mason appears to be in the lead right now.
Don't love that.
Nope. Nope. Mhm.
But I mean, truly, I know that the doctors will be really upset with me, but a guy like Elijah Mitchell, I'm not trying to kick that football from Lucy's hand again. Like it's just
No,
not
you can
happening.
say it. Injury prone's a thing, and he is.
I mean, some guys are just constantly injured. I don't know. I'm not going to say injury prone, but they happen to always be injured. And like,
Yeah, they're not prone to injuries, but they will get hurt at a higher rate going forward.
Crane, is it Russ time? Is it tight end time?
Well, what's our next pick? Are we gonna? We're probably not getting Mims. I actually
Yeah.
wouldn't mind just taking Russ at a pretty big ADP
naked
value.
Russ.
Yeah, he'd be 16 picks behind ADP.
Are we doing-
I don't love taking the naked quarterback, but I don't hate it when no one else is.
Or
getting
we,
this
you know what we
price
could
on
do?
him.
We could get Aiyuk, or we could get Purdy later. Let's not do Russ. Let's not do
All
Russ
right.
and get Purdy later.
So are we doing a tight end then, or what are we
I'm
doing?
probably just going receiver again,
Yeah,
especially since we
receiver
don't have like a
probably.
backdoor stack with either
Shaheed,
of our
Hodgins, Shark, MVS.
MVS me, bud.
Yeah, actually, but talking about better in best ball, he's gonna score more touchdowns this year. Or Mechie, I mean, do we believe in this Mechie hype at
That's
all?
Not-
too early for Mechie.
Not 25 picks ahead ADP. So
Oh yeah.
you got to be a value hound, Pat.
yeah, we're getting MVS 0.6 picks behind ADP. That is value
There we
hounding if
go.
I've ever seen
Hell
it.
yeah. Hells to the I don't know. It's the second year in the system. They have a humongous receiver void. Maybe 1,000-yard season finally happening for MVS.
Can I
Stranger things have happened. Question.
can I say that I much would have rather had Justin Ross than
No.
MVS?
No.
I'm with Denny on this. Let's just take Ross at the end.
MVS is going to have his first 800-yard season. I'm looking at his Pro Football Reference right now. I regret to inform he's going to have 800 yards. He's score a career high 7 touchdowns.
All right, well, mark it down then.
Pretty good
I
in
was
best
just
ball.
I am working on just a training camp recap stuff, and Pete Sweeney, I think you guys might have talked.
We talked to him
before. Yeah, he said that it's been pretty clearly locked in without Tony. That it is Justin Watson and MVS, I assume, on the outside, and then Sky in the slot. So, I mean,
that's pretty grim.
It's grim, but I think it's grim. But I think it's because Tony is taking over the Justin Watson stuff when Tony's healthy, as if like that's a real thing that'll happen. And they're probably waiting for Rashee Rice to come along and take that spot as well.
Yeah, MVS, what he did last year, if we look at these ESPN player tracking metrics, which I think are pretty interesting, they have stuff going back to 2017. So you can look at, they use the player tracking data to determine things like openness and yards after catch ability and stuff. And Marquez Valdes-Scantling, of the 494 wide receiver seasons that we have, ranked 481st in open score last season. He was 488th in yards after catch. So it's a pretty concerning season for how much he has left in the tank.
Was that because of like the safety play we're dealing with?
I mean, I think
it's probably safeties. You don't got to worry about him.
I don't want to cape for MVS, but I mean, I do think he's like hardly designed to get open. He's designed essentially to be covered.
He is designed to be covered. That is the thing. Yeah.
And he's going to.
Yeah, he's Jalen Guyton. He's in his Jalen Guyton phase.
Yes, that is exactly what he is. He's Jalen Guyton. I
recall Jalen Guyton scoring a lot of fantasy points.
Jalen Guyton never played with a good quarterback.
He did.
Justin
Herbert.
No.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. He's Chris Hogan, though.
Yeah, he's Chris Hogan with Patrick Mahomes.
He's the cardio boy.
Is fine.
He's the cardio guy.
You got to respect.
Hogan played with Brady.
Exactly. You got to have all the greats demand on a cardio guy who just goes out there to absorb pressure so they can throw to the people they actually want to throw to.
Like Justin Ross.
I think Justin Ross will probably turn into a really good stretcher a field stretcher for the Houston Roughnecks. Like I think that's a really
Kyle.
Jeez. Is that the USFL or XFL?
XFL.
Which one does NBC have?
I don't know.
USFL, folks. We love the USFL.
We love our Birmingham Barons.
That's right. Oil Barons, they're called.
6 picks away. How many picks do we have left? We got 5 picks left. 1 quarterback, 5 running backs, 7 receivers. Tua, Josh Jacobs, Rachaad White, AJ Dillon, Brian Robinson, Jalen Warren, Tyreek Hill, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, Brandon Aiyuk, Tyler Lockett, Alec Pierce, MVS. What do we need?
If we could get Derek Carr here after ADP with our Chris Olave
in the stream,
we've already made the bet on Chris Olave.
In the stream, Adam hit the button.
Listen, Kyle, I'm glad you said it because I knew Pat would be upset if anybody.
I agree. We're going to Purdy Aiyuk season. We're not doing.
Honestly, we could do both. We could just play this as a 3 quarterback and do both.
I think we have to go 3 tight ends though. We don't have a tight end yet, so we don't.
That's true. That's true.
3 of each. I don't. But
do we want Carr or Purdy?
I specifically want Carr if he makes it. I don't know if he does because he'll be 13 picks behind ADP when he gets here.
Can I see the wide receivers?
Yeah, here we go.
Wait, we need receivers still? We have 100.
I just want to see.
We do have 7.
We could cap it off with Rashid Shaheed if we get Carr and then pass.
Jordan Love just went. Carr is
some of the quarterbacks too.
Carr is the only player in our queue.
We could go Curtis Samuel and then try to get Purdy in the next round.
I don't want Curtis Samuel, but
all right, I'm down for Carr.
Man, I don't think I've ever once drafted this guy, even in like a 4 quarterback league.
I have some Carr, Thomas, Olave teams. I will say.
Rashid Shaheed's still out there.
No, he went 1 pick after. He just went 1 pick after.
Shoot, that's a shame.
All right, we should probably look into the tight end situation because I think Pat, you the underdog guy, you have to play some of them, right? Like 1 or something.
We can literally just go tight end, triple tight end to close out the draft.
Yeah.
Why don't we? Honestly, I would take Purdy and then go triple tight end.
So
we have 1 more luxury pick. Right?
Why would this be the rare 3 QB build? Just because they're?
Because I don't think they're that. I mean, if you have a guy like Tua, I think you can build that with a second quarterback. But I would prefer that quarterback to have a ceiling. Carr doesn't really. I think Purdy's actually the guy with the ceiling. So we get. I mean, 3 quarterbacks. I think is totally viable.
All right, we're actually kind of buying this argument too, and
they're all stacked as well.
What if Tua gets hurt in week 3? I know you can't really think that way.
We're probably losing if Tua gets hurt in week 3. So.
Well, no, it's that they're pocket passers. Like we have 3 pocket passers, and they're going to be a little bit more inconsistent. But then hopefully they'll have spike weeks we get a spike week out of Purdy in week 15, a spike week out of Tua in week 16. Then we get to the final, and we're hoping one of the three blows up there.
So at wide receiver, Olave Moore, Aiyuk, Lockett, Pierce, MVS. You're fine with that being the end of our receiving room, 7?
I'm okay with it because I think
Okay.
we got 5 early, and then Pierce and MVS are 2 spike week guys that are pretty viable. They're going to be out there a lot, even if we don't think that much of their talent. They're going to be out there. So I'd be okay being done at receiver.
Cool.
So we're going Purdy, then triple tapping tight end.
Fine with me.
Can we
So-
see tight end for a sec?
The final 5 picks of our draft are going to be Derek Carr, Brock Purdy, and 3 tight ends.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like
Knows where upside goes to die.
So wait, we have Juwan Johnson
We do.
because we want that Saints goodness.
Yeah.
We have Hunter Henry. The drum beat goes on.
I was thinking about Henry.
He's all the way down there. See how easy this is? Hunter Henry's all the way at the bottom. Michael Mayer, who's going to be starter for the Raiders. Jake Ferguson, who's getting hype.
He is. Michael Mayer seems like maybe almost a must do to stack with Carr, who's currently on the Raiders still, right?
No. We have Dawson Knox,
But
the
Pat-
Bills tight end one.
Get ready for this. Mayer creates a mini correlation with Alec Pierce.
Truly, how do you know that? That's bad. That is bad.
No, that's good.
Even the $2 million man should not know that.
Kerrane, that's an indoor game too. That's in the Colts stadium.
Yeah, it's
right?
in a dome.
God,
It's in a dome, Pat.
This is bad. Well, it would be in a dome, whatever town it was in. That part's not impressive. But they're both domes. But no one should know that. No one man should have all that stacking knowledge. I think we're out of things
had
to
that
talk
schedule
about.
memorized that night. Created a little
Flashcards. You were quizzing
flash.
yourself.
It wasn't flashcards. I did a post. I did a newsletter post.
Are we out of things to talk about now? Should we just end the pod since
Yeah,
we're
let's
just
just end it.
triple tapping?
Don't
tight
worry
end?
about what tight ends we took. Go home.
Is anyone worried about Austin Hooper? I cut him in our dynasty league.
What do you mean worried about Austin Hooper?
Worried about Austin Hooper cutting into Michael Mayer's target share.
Not really.
If
He might
Austin
block,
Hooper's cutting into
but-
Michael Mayer's target share, Michael Mayer's cutting into Michael Mayer's target
Yeah.
share.
Well,
that's a good
wait a
point.
second, though. I mean, this happens all the time where we're like, oh, we love this really talented rookie, but this inconvenient veteran is getting all the pass routes. Like that could happen.
And I will say, I think it was yesterday in practice. It was recently in practice. Max Crosby tossed around Michael Mayer like a sack
He did.
of potatoes.
That happened. McDaniels kind of defended him. He was like, "It's the first day." Like,
yeah, he was fine with it. He was like, "That's
That
going to
is-
happen."
was
that is
Max
not
Crosby. That is kind of
Also, yes, like
Degree of
that's going to
difficulty.
happen to almost any tight end. Like Crosby's good.
especially a rookie tight end.
But Hooper just got beat out by Chigakonkwo, really. So
He
I think
did.
American.
Who was Chig undrafted? Or
No,
was he day 3?
I think it was day 3. I think it was like 5th round, maybe.
I'd say fourth
Yeah,
or
I
fifth
think he
round
was
pick.
it. Who's
I
that
will-
freaky tight end the Titans drafted this year, by the way? What's that guy's name?
Like Chris Wiley or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
Wiley,
yeah, but isn't he more of a
Wiley.
blocker?
I think he's a freak athlete.
Hmm.
I don't know why we're talking about it. We're out of things to talk about.
I
So,
believe we are.
you guys ever heard of this Titan?
Name's Josh.
You guys know who this Titan?
Guys,
is?
listen about
Come on,
CJ
you
Stroud.
You guys following this?
Oh, back to CJ Stroud.
I'm kidding. We're done. We're done with CJ Stroud.
Juwan Johnson's the only tight end we have in the queue. I mean, what's plan B if Juwan Johnson goes? Trey McBride.
Arby's.
Yeah, Arby's would be good.
I mean, all these guys are the same. There's like no difference. You can't convince me that like Hayden Hurst is a better pick than Tyler Conklin or worse. Don't care.
Hunter Henry.
Actually, never take Hurst.
Hunter Henry.
All right,
Hunter Henry's a good pick.
I actually agree with Hunter Henry too because it just didn't make sense. I've been going on this rant lately, but why was he not the Patriots guy in the red zone last year? It just made nothing the Patriots did with their pass catching made any sense last year. Like, why would you not feature if you're going to pay Hunter Henry all this money? The one thing you need to do is feature him in the red zone, and it seems like Bill O'Brien is going to do that.
I mean, Henry tied for a team high in red zone targets, so they just didn't go to the red zone.
I guess that's
the thing. You have to go to the red zone to be a notable red zone target.
Man, we're all just really waiting for this draft to end, I think.
Personally, I am.
We're about to get Juwan Johnson. It's going to be absolutely devastating when he goes. Although Master Killer 805 already had 3 tight ends. He just took Khalil Shakir.
No,
this guy only has one tight
Coach
end.
Clash only has one. He's taking Juwan. He took Trey McBride.
Let's take Juwan. I never really take him, but
I never take Juwan. I'm glad we're doing this.
This player was already selected. Oh no, okay, that's weird. Weird error from Mr. Underdog.
For one of our, I'd like to nominate Luke Musgrave for one of our final tight end slots. I'm Hunter Henry above him, but we have to take 3.
Yeah, sure.
Musgrave's supposedly running only with the ones in training camp. They're splitting him out wide some, but not in that like he's gimmicky.
What about Ferguson? Wouldn't you rather have Ferguson though?
I just threw Kate out in there, by the way.
Why would you do that?
Why would I not do that? He's probably gonna like lead them in targets or something.
I'm kidding.
I just took Kate Otten in a high stakes league, and I didn't feel good about it. But
Baker
all
Mayfield,
the other tight ends were gone.
Baker Mayfield's entire life has been building towards targeting Kate Otten over Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
Right.
Baker Mayfield might not be the week 1 starter, is the way this is trending.
Yeah, he is getting wrecked in camp with interceptions.
He's throwing tons of interceptions, and the coaches are getting a little nervous.
How is he this bad? It's
His arm died after his shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Even though it was his non-throwing shoulder. So I just killed his arm, though.
I do hope that someone on the Bucks staff
His left
is
arm
like,
just really hurts.
It's like Baker, please stop pretending you're fast because you're just not fast. Man.
He's not
Stop.
fast.
Yeah, just
Russell
throw the ball
Wilson
away.
was at one time fast. Baker Mayfield was not. He runs like
Whose
Russell.
dad do you think is going to be putting up? Mike Evans' dad, Chris Godwin's dad?
Oh God!
Who's sending the first post?
Oh yeah. Maybe
Mike
Kate
Evans.
Otten's dad.
Mike Evans has the 1,000-yard legacy to take care of. Draft Hunter Henry here. Mike Evans has the
Hunter Henry,
1,000-yard
right.
legacy. His dad is not going to be happy when he's at 600 through 12 weeks.
You know,
Mike Evans is
Mike-
reportedly like tearing up camp, like just like embarrassing the Bucks corners and the guys. I was listening to the Pewter Report guys that are like, normally like Evans is pretty chill at training camp, but he just like really seems motivated, but because he knows how bad the team is, and he can't lose that streak.
His quotes were pretty acerbic. Like I was like, wow, this guy's fired up. You know, he's like, oh, no one believes in me, and I've done 1,000 yards, 45 straight seasons. No one else has done this. And
It actually started as a New Deal era program to get Mike Evans 1,000 yards per season, and it's just still
Right.
going. Congress
So
keeps,
One of FDR's biggest achievements.
he keeps renewing. Congress keeps renewing the funding in the Farm Bill.
let's not get political, but I will say that the Bucks organization now revolves around keeping that 1,000-yard streak going.
You actually are
right.
1,000% right. Man,
That's
they need to
whole
trade
point.
him. Why did they not trade him? I don't get it at all. They need to have a baseball mentality. Mike Evans does nothing for this team.
Nothing.
They need to trade him. He's still got something left in the tank. It's like the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do. Like they should get him on a team where he can actually like help, as opposed to like winning an extra game or two.
You could probably
They
trade
don't wanna
Mike
win
Evans for a second rounder, I think, to like a team that was really committed this year. He should be on the Bills. Oh my God, he should be on the Bills. I just realized.
that would be very fun.
But okay, but getting back to the 1,000-yard thing, like if he's like falling behind in the second half of the season, he is going to be seeing 18 targets a game to try to get him up to
And
that.
each one will be absolutely atrocious. And
Yeah,
he'll
they'll all be bad.
average 5 catches for 61 yards, and he's gonna have 987 yards, and he will then sue Baker Mayfield. As he should.
Yeah, we might need to post Kyle Trask as well for that one.
Yeah, man. I think Kyle Trask. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Even if Baker Mayfield like does not have arms, Kyle Trask will not be winning a quarterback competition with anyone.
Where's Carson Wentz? Is Carson Wentz going to come riding in and get that?
He
job?
might. He actually might. I'm telling you, I'm now obsessed with the idea that Matt Ryan is going to make starts for the Falcons this year. That is happening.
I
I
will
don't
say-
think Matt Ryan wants to play. Did you see him out there last year?
Oh,
Who
yeah,
wanted
I
to
forgot
have
he's
him?
actually working for our competitor now too. I forgot he has a job. He's working for CBS. He didn't retire though. He did not retire.
And yet,
Well, he couldn't like his contract. If he retired, he had like give some money back or something.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. What are you saying, Denny?
You refuse to buy into the Brady theory for the Raiders. Yet you're in on Ryan. for the Falcons.
Because it's just like be the most Falcons thing ever. Matt Ryan, we kind of messed that up. Oh God,
we're up here. What do we want to do at we have Michael Mayer still here, and we were all
Michael Mayer is great.
All right, yeah, and the guy who just got driven into the surface of the earth by Max Crosby,
shifted the Earth's crust.
I know. Yeah, now like the magnetic field is shifted 5 degrees south.
It is shifting, I think, mostly.
It is shifting, actually. It's starting a new ice age now after what Max Crosby did to Michael Mayer. Changed the Atlantic current.
It's a real shame.
Dramatic, but
it is shifting. I read that recently. And I also read the Atlantic current might be dying, which would freeze Europe. But anyways, our team. 3 QBs, 5 running backs, 7 receivers. Man, so Kerrane, how often do you see 3 QBs, 3 tight ends ever?
It's not a particularly common structure if you look at like previous years, but this year it's more people are willing to do it because you can get the tight ends you can get really late are appealing. And the quarterbacks, like we got, I think, 3 pretty solid quarterbacks as well. So the ADP environment is making it more palatable, I think.
Yeah, we spent just nothing on these guys. Like the thing is, like our roster spots and how we build that matters for like getting players in the flex and stuff, but also the spend on quarterback and the spend on tight end matters. And we like both of our spots, and we literally spent 1 pick that wasn't in the last 5 picks on them with Tua. Like our draft capital allocated was nothing, and they're fine with me. They're good.
We also are very good at running back. Like I don't think we need another running back. And we are also very good at wide receiver. So
we're very, very good at receiver. So
yeah.
Take people back through it.
Off.
We have Tua, Derek Carr, Brock Purdy at quarterback. Running back, we have Josh Jacobs, who needs to sign his contract. Rashaad White, A.J. Dillon, Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson's been generating some camp hype lately. Jalen Warren, receiver Tyreek, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, Brandon Aiyuk, Tyler Lockett, Alec Pierce, MVS, tight end, the ending trio of Juwan Johnson, Hunter Henry, and Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer, number 35 overall pick of the draft. You gotta like that in the final round. What is it, Pat?
Honest opinion: is this team more fun with Rashaad Penny?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. Who do we take? Dillon? Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad we can see that now.
That was a choke job. that was a major choke job. AJ Dillon has 0 upside.
Nothing.
We're talking 0. Like absolutely 0 upside. That was a choke job. I admit it. I'm sorry. I actually love Rashaad. I spent years defending Rashaad Penny.
I know. And now you're out.
I am out. I'm out.
Now that he's going to blow up, you're out.
Yeah, this is the year, man.
When he's stunningly cut on August 28th.
Oh, stop with the cut.
He's not going to get cut.
Rotopat, buy your Bitcoin now. The reason it's gone down is because it's about to go up. Get in.
Exactly. He's not getting cut though. Any final thoughts on this team? Kerrane, this team's not winning $2 million. I'll say that.
Well, listen, the team that I did win $2 million with wasn't that great. It kind of snuck in and then it blew up in the final week. And that's why I think you want stacks. You want like a couple things to go right. And all of a sudden you're vaulting to the top of
yeah,
a
you did just get lucky, I guess, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah, well, I think I built to take advantage of the luck. That's the way I would put it.
Literally, no one did that more than you. And
your team sucked, honestly.
It was a disaster.
Embarrassment. I mean, it was sad.
Without knowing the matchups, like if this team was going to win $2 million, Rashaad White would have to be going nuts late in the season. I think Brian Robinson would have to be going nuts late in the season. Jalen Warren would have to have he'd have to be the third down back. We're going to be we need Alec Pierce to have a big role.
Aaron Jones would have to be abducted by aliens.
I disagree with this running back conjecture. I mean, we drafted Josh Jacobs where we did because he led the league in scrimmage last year. He had the 200-yard game or whatever. You slot one of those in, and you need one conditional on one of our running backs.
No, that's what I'm saying. Though we need either like Rashaad White or Brian Robinson to be running pretty.
Yeah, either or any of the above plus Josh Jacobs is really good.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's putting up massive weeks. Josh Jacobs does it again. We get contributions from some other people. Quarterbacks contribute for spike weeks rotationally, and we get hot in the last 3 weeks. That's what we need.
We need all 3 of our tight ends to average 3 catches for 30 yards and a touchdown, and just pray every week at least one of them gets that touchdown.
That's right.
That's what we need. Any final thoughts?
Not from me.
Crane, we've been
like
inviting
the
you on this exact podcast for like 1 month straight on the show, as you noted, without ever sending you a text.
No, at no point was I ever told that I would be on the podcast. So I first heard that I would be on an upcoming podcast. Like Kyle had mentioned, like maybe we'll get you on in the summer, but then they're like, Kerrane in a couple
April.
weeks will be joining us on a Thursday show. I was like, oh, that's good to know. And then I didn't really hear anything. A couple weeks passed, and then I heard Kerrane will be joining us this Thursday, and that was Monday, and I hadn't heard anything.
We knew you could make it. We knew you weren't.
Yeah, here I am. So yeah, I guess joke's on me because
The
it
joke's on
worked.
you. It worked easily. It wasn't even hard. It just worked easily. We didn't even start at the normal time. We had to start late, and it still worked easily.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah,
You're right.
it was the joke.
Wait, I'm gonna try this. Hold on, guys, everyone, to the podcast listeners, Kerrane's covering my news shift on Friday. I'll tell him about it later.
It doesn't work because I'm here. It would work if you did it one day.
Kerrane has not been rehired by NBC, but he's really churning out some great stuff at Legendary Upside. Pat,
Yeah.
tell the folks what you got going on right now.
Yeah, just had an article out today on like best ball strategy. Some of the stuff is kind of like more in the weeds strategy pieces on if you're trying to do these best ball tournaments, kind of thinking through some of the tactics you can use to make better teams and build out a better portfolio, but also just a lot of like player analysis. I had a whole series on the running backs, looking at NFL Next Gen success rate metric and some other advanced metrics to get a sense of, just kind of the running back pool and which guys I think are pretty good picks and which guys I'm avoiding. Sharing like what I'm doing in drafts as well in those articles. I'm working on an article like that for the tight ends right now as well. So yeah, you can check all of that out at legendaryupside.com. If you sign up for a yearly subscription, I have $50 underdog credits that I have a limited amount of, but I still do have some left. So if you sign up and go to the front page, there's a page there. It's called like $50 underdog credit. You go there, you fill out a form, give me your username, and you can get one of those while supplies last. And I'll mention I've got a free podcast and YouTube channel, which you guys were all on yesterday. So,
A lot of
or
fun.
2 days ago. So yeah, people have really enjoyed that one. We were talking through some of the training camp narratives.
Yeah,
It
so
was
check
all
out
right. Yeah, it was all
check out that shows how to parse training camp conjecture, which Kyle, Denny, and I all have a lot of experience with. So that was a lot of fun. Laughs were had.
Laughs were had. Yeah, we talked.
I lost it at one point. Completely.
May have talked about Jim Irsay wrecking a bathroom or two.
That did come up.
Sorry.
Denny, you started. You can't back out.
Yeah, you're the one. Denny with the line of the century of just think how weird Jim Irsay's trailer smells.
Yeah, there's no way it smells normal. That's all we know.
Stop.
So for Patrick Kerrane, for Denny Carter, for Kyle Dvorchak, I'm Patrick Daugherty. Thank you so much for listening, Pat. We'll talk to you again this year, I'm sure, at some point.
Yeah, just let me know on the pod, and I'll be back on the pod.
Thanks for joining us. We'll be back on Monday to preview the AFC East.
AFC East.
The
There we go.
AFC East. It's going to be a great show. So thank you for listening. We will be back later.